Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our very first final of the BNL Golden Trophy in 2018. It's come to this first moment. We decide our first golden ticket winner for the 19th running of the Rotax-Max Challenge Grand Finals, due to be held at Conde Paraiba in Brazil in just 3 weeks. But there's 2 prizes on offer for Micromax. The winner will get the automatic entry to the Grand Finals in just 3 weeks, but the runner-up will get an entry, a full season entry to the 2019 BNL Karting Series season. Dates yet to be announced, circuits yet to be advised, but will be coming in the next few weeks. For more information about the BNL Karting Series, head to bnlkartingseries.com, available in both English and Dutch languages as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's run you through your final Micromax grid of the weekend. On the front row, it's a double Dutch delight. It's Enzo Bol and Bruno Mulders on the front row, 55 and 71, followed by Obst Maximilian from Poland in the 77 and Kasper Schormans from the Netherlands in the number 40. Aaron Krebsik and Max Sadurski are in 5th and 6th, ahead of Alvar Simisvara and Max Reis, who complete row 4. And completing the top 10, it's Alexander Skelton with Nando Weichselbaumer from Austria in the number 12. Anton Laxonen, Hassan Aksoy, Andriy Tiskin, David Adleidner, Tam Saleh, Dries van Langendonk, Olivier Jonkers, Chris Robin Kalam, Tom Heijer, Karel Stout, Tommy van der Sloys, Mitchell van Dijk, who both have a lot of work to do in this, I must admit. Henri Velou and Dovidas Gudlevicius ran out the 24-strong grid. 10 minutes plus 1 additional lap to decide our Micromax champion of the 2018 BNL Rotax Golden Trophy, and the majority of the field are already in a very close 2x2 side-by-side rolling start formation before we've even hit turn number 10. This is how committed these youngsters are. All of them want to go to Brazil in just 3 weeks' time. The anticipation is building. The tension is rising. We have 10 minutes on the clock, plus 1 additional lap to go to complete the Micromax action here at Karting Genk on November 4th, 2018. They will now be instructed to spread and go into the tram lines. Red lights on the starting gantry. We get the green light. We go racing in the Micromax final, heading into turn 1. And it's 3 abreast, a little bit further down the order. And one of the drivers already going very wide and manages to go up the inside. That looks to be, is that Bruno Mulders trying to keep the advantage of the lead of this race, as the majority of the field, and it looks like we've got Mitchell van Dijk, unfortunately, right at the tail end, charting the field a long way off the rest of the opposition, as it's 2 wide going in. It's nearly 3 abreast coming into turn 7. Nice moves there, and I think I see Max Sadurski might already be up into the top 3 already, and we haven't even completed 1 lap. It's side by side, a little bit going into the approach into turn 9. Now they head down the short blast into turn 10, and some already taking defensive line going through. So Mulders leads, Maximilian second, Bol in, that's the number 33 of Alexander Skelton, I believe, in 4th place, as I've just clocked down over the commentary position. So Mulders leads, Maximilian Bol, Skelton, Schorman, Krebsik, Sadurski, Reis, Simisvara and Aksoy. That's the top 10. So Bruno Mulders trying to get away from the rest of the field, and to the tune of around 0.8 of a second in a minute after the completion of lap number 1. 8 minutes 38 seconds on the clock. Don't forget, the winner gets a golden ticket to Brazil. The runner-up gets a full season entry into the 2019 BNL Karting Series calendar. As looks like Maximilian's gone up the inside of Enzo Bol into 2nd position, but might have had to relinquish that. No, looks to be the case that the number 77 is still there, but Skelton is on a charge and is forcing Bol very wide coming out of turn 9. But there was no real contact between the pair of them. Behind them, you've also got Kasper Schormans and Aaron Krebsik. A little bit further down, you've got Max Reis being hustled by Max Sadurski coming through the penultimate corner of the lap itself here at Karting Genk. And looks like Sadurski has got ahead at the minute, but Bruno Molders has got an absolutely humongous lead, and it's now over Alexander Skelton, who's now jumped up into second position. Enzo Bol now up into third place, past Hobbs Maximilian from Poland in fourth now. Kasper Schaumann still sitting there in fifth place. And behind you've got Aaron Klepsik as well, so that battle for what could be the seat, well, the place to end up in the 2019 B&L Karting Series season lineup. But Bruno Molders clearly now showing that he is the class of the field and is just streaking away, whilst the rest are just battling over the scraps at the dinner table. But I tell you what, Skelton is not out of the woods yet, not by a long shot, because the gap now I think is going to be at least 1.9, maybe even make that 2 seconds, as Skelton is pressured by Bol, who goes up the inside on the penultimate corner to take second place back from the number 33. He's run on the back bumper, trying to mount a resurgent charge into turn 1. The lead is now away by a clear 2.3 seconds. So Molders continues to lead, Bol in second, Skelton, Maximilian, Schaumann, Skrepsik, Sadurski, Sinisvara, Reis and Gurlevicius is now up into 10th position. Alp Hassan Aksoy with Unique Racing is now in 11th, ahead of the youngster from GKS Lemons Power, Olivier Jonkers. Tommy van der Stoys has climbed all the way up to 13th position in around the last 3.5 or so minutes. So nice work by the number 13. Mitchell van Dijk up into 22nd position, as the leader is just clearly cantering away quite casually from the rest of the field. Max Sadurski has got past Adam Krebsik for 6th place, so nice work by the number 19 to try and get further away, but Krebsik will be in the tow coming down the backs, down the start finish rate, and we have got a spinner coming towards the final couple of corners, and that is the looks to be the number 10, unfortunately, of Alp Hassan Aksoy, as Bruno Molders just continues to just run away with it. 2.3 seconds as the battle over second, third and fourth is not dying down in any way, shape or form, as Ops Maximilian has now got past Enzo Bol for that coveted second place. Alexander Skelton is still waiting in the wings, is looking rather menacing, is the number 33, as they come round one of the other hairpins, heading down the short blast into the final sector of the lap here. We're now at halfway in terms of time itself, and Bruno Molders is just literally just having to put on cruise control at the moment, as he is just running away from everyone else who are battling over the other places. And the battle for second still not over yet. Molders' lead now over Ops Maximilian from Poland is now 2.8 seconds. As Maximilian coming under increasing pressure from Enzo Bol in the 55 as they go through turn number 4. Up towards turn 5 they go, now into the right-hand 180-degree hairpin, and Bol is quite close, couldn't really get up the inside of the number 77, but has the tow coming down the back straight, heading into turn 7, can't pull out yet, and end up in the dirty air that Maximilian is creating, but is keeping in touching distance pretty much with the number 77 from Poland. So it is Holland, Poland and Holland that are the top 3 drivers in this particular file at the moment. A little bit further down the order, some of the other battles. Max Sadurski in 7th behind Aaron Krebsik. Kasper Schauman's in 5th place. Max Leis, Sinisvara and Gurlevicius ran out the top 10 as Bruno Molders crosses the start finish line again, completes another lap. Now on to lap number 7. And his gap between him and Ops Maximilian, who's just been given a curveball by Enzo Bol for second position, heading into turn 2, so the number 55 from the Netherlands retakes second position. Time is fast running out because we're going to find out who our first golden ticket winner of the weekend is, but there is still a battle to contest over the full season entry to the 2019 B&L Karting Series season. But Molders is just clearly running away with it. Other changes in the field itself. Mitchell van Dijk up into 14th. Tommy van der Stoys just on the cusp of the top 10. What a great drive by both him and Mitchell van Dijk, who's got past Nando Weisselbaumer for 14th position. time seller from Germany, now down in 16th place. So we now have 2 3/4 minutes plus 1 additional lap to go in this Micromax final here at the B&L Rotax Golden Trophy in 2018. And the gap now between Bruno Molders and Enzo Bol is now 3.5 seconds. But Bol has still got the likes of Maximilian and Skelton behind. So running order, Bruno Molders leads by 3.5 seconds from Enzo Bol, Ops Maximilian, Alexander Skelton, Kasper Schormans, Dovidas Gudulevicius now up into 6th place. Nice work by the number 23 ahead of Alvars and Isvala, Max Reis. Max Soderski drops to 9th. Tommy van der Slois now hits the top 10 ahead of Olivier Jonkers. Anton Laxonen is ahead of Aaron Klepsik, who now drops to 13th ahead of Mitchell van Dijk and Nando Weichselbaumer, who completes the top 15. David Altenleibner and Chris Robin Kalam now round out the top 17 drivers ahead of time seller Henri Velou, Dries van Langendonk, André Tiskin, Tom Reger, Carlos Stout and Alp Hassan Aksoy, who rounds out the 24 strong. 1 minute 35 on the clock to go. The gap now extends to a further 3.6 seconds between first and second position. So Bol is still having to fend off the advances of both Maximilian and Skelton. Schormans is looking very lonely in 5th place, as is Gudulevicius. Behind them you've got Sinisvala being hustled by Max Soderski for what is effectively 7th position on the road. A little bit good battles a bit further down the order with the likes of Kalam, Adleidner, Saleh, Verlou and Van Langendonk getting into the thick of things, and Van Langendonk was trying to go round the outside at turn 6. That was never going to happen. But we still have this great driving prowess being shown by Bruno Molders. 45 seconds on the clock remaining. He still leads quite comfortably. And now the battle for second position, I think, has been not quite yet decided, but there is still this and maybe another lap or 2 to go. So it'll be this plus 2 additional laps as they cross the line with around 30 seconds on the clock remaining. A nice 5-cart train with this will be Dries van Langendonk at the end of it, who completes the top 20. Tommy van der Slois has got past Max Soderski, so the Dutch driver gets up into 9th position, having started at the tail end of the field. What a great scrap that we're seeing. Dries van Langendonk looks to go up into 19th place and has just done so. Looks to have got past Henri Velou. So that would be for 18th position. Meanwhile, we now have an expiry on the time clock. So the 10 minutes are up, and this time around, when he crosses the start-finish line, Bruno Molders will be 1 lap away from Micromax glory here at the B&L Rotax Golden Trophy in 2018 at Karting Genk, home of champions. There we go. 1 lap to go. Bruno Molders has probably at least over a 4-second advantage going into this final lap. Gets the head down, puts the throttle down, crosses the start-finish line. Enzo Bol will be second. 4.4 seconds adrift from the leader in the number 71. Skelton in third. Maximilian fourth. Schormans, Gudulevicius, Soderski gets past Max Reis for 8th position. Van der Slois now up into 9th past Alvars and Isvara. But for the final time comes Bruno Molders down the back straight, pushes the throttle down, gets the head down towards the steering wheel to get as much aerodynamic efficiency as he can. Comes through turn 7 and 8 into the right-hander at turn 9. So ladies and gentlemen, we are about to crown our first B&L Rotax Golden Trophy champion of 2018, and through the final sector casually comes the number 71 from the Netherlands, and it's going to be an emphatic win because round the final couple of corners comes the number 71. Bruno Molders is your 2018 B&L Rotax Golden Trophy Micromax champion and automatically qualifies for the 2018 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Brazil in 3 weeks' time. Congratulations also go to runner-up Enzo Bol, who secures a full season entry to the 2019 B&L Karting Series season. Alexander Skelton takes third ahead of Ops Maximilian. In fourth, Kasper Schormans rounded out the top 5. Dovidas Gudulevicius managed to get all the way up into 6th place at the end of it all. Max Reis was 7th ahead of the hard-charging Dutch youngster in the form of Tommy van der Struijs, who finished 8th at the end of all, ahead of Olivier Jonkers from Belgium and Alvar Sinisvara from Finland, who rounded out the top 10. Max Swiderski, Mitchell van Dijk, Anton Laxonen, and there we go, Dave Litson, one of the organisers, congratulates Bruno Mulders, and there we go, the first golden ticket of the weekend is handed to the number 71 from the Netherlands. What a great shot, absolutely fantastic. Well done, Bruno, great job, my friend, winning by 4.678 seconds. That's incredible, absolutely brilliant. One confirmed BL Rotax Golden Trophy champion, confirmed for 2018, and with it, a chance to compete against the very best in Rotax racing circles this year at the Circuito Internacional Paladeño in Conde Pareba in Brazil in 3 weeks. Bruno Mulders will head to the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. Rounding out the order from 13th, Anton Laxonen, Adam Klepsik, Nando Vaxelbaumer, David Adledner. Dries van Langdonk finished 17th ahead of Henri Villou, Time Saleh, André Tiskin, Chris Robin Kalam, Tom Reger, Alp Hassan Aksoy, Carol Stout. But congratulations to Bruno Mulders, the 2018 Micromax champion in the BNL Rotax Golden Trophy.